Hi folks, welcome back to my horde. Little afternoon, the 30th, April 30th, Tuesday, and almost 65 degrees. Just for those of you who like to watch my batteries, they're all nice and charged, or my battery's nice and charged. I've considered upgrading my system, add more batteries to it. Right, I only have one sitting there. Well, one of the things you got to watch out for with any solar installation is that the batteries are matched. If you're putting together a solar crew, you should really, all your batteries should be of the same date code, same manufacturer, because a little bit of voltage difference could get you into trouble. So there's my distraction for the day. What am I up to? Well, you guys might remember what's in this shed, you may not. Turns out that I have a couple of Big Reds in here. I have this guy, which I think I paid $5.50 for it back in the day. And that one I traded a motorcycle for, and there was a few wheelings and dealings that got me this one. So I don't know, it was probably another $500 bike. So I have two 250 Big Reds right in front of you. It turns out the one that was stolen and then got back and got in all kinds of trouble is in the shed next door. So that's three 250 Big Reds. The one in the driveway makes number 4, and then I have a 200 ES Big Red. So there are 5 of them if anybody here wants to keep count. Whilst I was floating around in here though, I found I got 2 big Honda engines floating around. I make note of that because the shaft size looks like the right shaft size to go, particularly that one sticking out at us, but I think that's the right shaft size to go on my ever-friendly Red Ryder if that Kohler doesn't behave. So just looking at those guys, thinking you might not be here long. Oh guys, the wildlife. The bees. I've had more things land on me. I've been killing them off by the hundreds here. Anyway, why am I in here? I borrowed the coil from that guy, and I borrowed a CDI unit from this guy, and I came down here and I swapped them out, and I got nothing. So I pulled the wire harness off, scratching my head what to do with it. I guess what I could do with it is I could start ohming it one end to the other and seeing if I got any leaks or any opens. I mean, obviously one open wire or one shorted wire. Shorts would be harder to find because you got to check every wire to see if you have a short. But an open, which is more likely. So anyway, here's the wire harness I pulled out of it. No big deal. These are the tail lights. Ground. This is power, and I think this fires the relay to run the starter. I'm not sure what those are. This is neutral and reverse. This goes to the 3-phase alternator. This is for the ignition. Obviously the CDI unit, spark, and all the crap in the headlight button, which is the all this stuff hooks up in the headlight button. And the key switch, all that hooks up front. So I swapped wiring harnesses. I threw an eBay wire harness in this, and this is the bad news about the eBay wire harness. I bought a wire harness for an 86, because this thing claims to be an 86. The problem is, it had a 1985 wire harness, and see the problem? This is for 2 square plugs. Wait a minute, where are we? Oops. 2 square plugs. That's the round plug. So I'm stuck with the wire harness I have. While I was fooling around, I spent some time ohming things out. The coil, this guy. How am I showing it to you? There. That guy has 3 ohms. The pulse generator, 300. The thing that generates the pulse as the magneto spins around, that's got 22. While I was troubleshooting it, I also, this is where I got it from, paid $300, and I checked the compression. It has 130 psi of compression. I figured I'd give that a quick check before I spend the rest of the day troubleshooting it, and just to discover it's got a hung valve or something, which means I really wasted my time. Alright, so what am I going to do with this rig? I really don't want to give up on it yet, but I know that everything I have from a I do not have an 86 CDI unit, which means I have to go inside and get on eBay and order one, which is next week. I could do that, and I'm not quite ready to give up yet. Probably I'm going to fool around with this a little bit longer. I'm going to take those readings I just tried. I already swapped out the CDI. You can see one's over there. I swapped that out. I swapped the coil out. And quite honestly, the readings on the motor look good. From off the top of my head, I mean the thing that creates the pulse before the CDI, the thing that creates the energy, let's say, for the spark, that 20 ohms to ground is not bad. It's not opened. That's a good thing, because they're known to go bad on these things. So that's good. And the which is part of the reason why there might be that upgrade floating around. So anyway, that appears to be good. The coil appears to be good. I changed the CDI unit with a known good one, so I know that's good. So I'm scratching my head, boys, scratching my head. The difference between youth and wisdom, when you run into a frustration like this, or lack of wisdom, let's not call it youth, there's plenty of wise young men out there. The difference between wisdom and no wisdom is when you run into a wall, you back up and try to figure out a way around it. If you don't have wisdom, if you run into a wall, you back up, get more speed, and run into it. So I gotta go seek me some more knowledge. One good thing about this, though, at the rate I'm going, I'm going to be quite the expert on Big Red ignition systems. So anyway, folks, live, love, and have a great time. We'll catch you on the next episode of The Horde. In the meantime, got me scratching my head.